I do appreciate you taking time from your work week to come over to Newark and visit us. Hopefully you've walked around and seen parts of the school, and here as well. You've seen parts of the school, and you'll see that this school is really unlike any other school in Newark. And I think the other schools that could attest to that. Throughout the evening, we'll be showing you videos on the history of the school, videos featuring our two co-founders and co-leaders, Dr. Hall and Barbara Weiland. They're seated here. Let's give them a hand. We'll also see clips of our students that have graduated from our school and went on to wonderful careers and wonderful schools, which is the purpose of why we're here tonight, to raise funds to help our students attend the best high schools in New Jersey without having the financial restrictions that take place at times. Do you not hear me? I get a lot of this. Is this okay? All right. So at this point, we're going to show a video and proceed from there. Again, thank you very much. Be close to the microphone just a little bit, but I thought it's important to see the video first before we move on, so you can see what the school's about and what Barbara Weiland and Dr. Hall have done here at the school over the past several years. I can say as executive director here, I wear many hats, as do many of the teachers wear many hats. But the hat we are proudest of is the hat of the teacher at Discovery Charter School. I say that with sincerity, and I'm pretty sure my colleagues would agree with me. To that extent, I think since we're in a school, we're going to behave like a school at this point and stand up, hand over our hearts or wherever, stare at the flag, as Leah Harris, one of our students, will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er
Good evening. I'm very proud to be here, and I'm very proud that you're here. I think that for the better part of my life, we've tried to do a fundraiser. Is that where's Debbie and Risa, right? Yeah? Is that true? Yeah. And this is a very, very important occasion because there are two things that have to happen. And history's really being made this evening because two things happened. One is the scholarship fund, all right, for our children to go to high school, all right? And as you know, all right, you don't see a lot of our children. We can get children into seats, but they don't take that many, all right? And we figured if some money follows the child, we have a better shot at getting our children in some of the most esteemed places. We can compete with anyone. We can go anywhere. It's the money. The money doesn't follow. The scholarships, because of the economics, the problems, they're it's harder. It's much, 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 much harder. So that is historic. And you all here, and people that have also sent in other things that aren't here this evening, have made that possible. Okay? Now, and what's so lovely about that is that it's going to grow and grow and grow. And we're never going to touch the principal. The principal's never going to be touched. Okay? The other fund, and I wanted to do this for about 25 years, is a teacher fund, okay, whereby we're going to create curriculum in the things that we hold dear here. People don't think children at this young age can do medicine. We have a wonderful relationship with UMDMJ. Now, they didn't open the door and say, "Hi, Barbara, come on in." We took a long time to get there, but we have a wonderful relationship with them. And we debate high school kids. All right? We're little, but we do it. We do it, and we do it well. All right? So those things are ever so important. Medicine, law, engineering, and media. Okay? Technology. Howard told me to add that to my repertoire. Okay? All right? And these are the things that people they think, oh, do that in high school. It's too late. It's much too late. All right? And if you teach children how to read and write and do these things early on. All right? Now, with this teacher fund, there is incentivization for our teachers to write good, solid curriculum. We're going to set up a website, and we're going to sell some of our wonderful things. So that's going to be added in. So not only did you help start it, but we are going to take it upon ourselves to replenish it. Okay? And look for matching funds, but we're going to help replenish it ourselves. Okay? And it's very, very important. And I can't thank you enough, each and every one of you that are here and that people that send in things. It's absolutely extraordinary. So I'm touched beyond anything that I can possibly say. Now, what I'm not supposed to do, I'm not sure. One of the things that we're honoring tonight is Bob Goldsmith. And there's two things that I learned in Newark. Now, I've been around for 43 years. I have ducked, I have hopped, I have skipped, okay? And there are two things that I've learned. Tax credits, and don't go anywhere without Bob Goldsmith. I don't. One time he sent me, right? He sent me out. He said, "Bob, oh no, you're good. No, you can." I said, "No way. I'm not going anywhere without you." All right? And I don't go anywhere without Bob Goldsmith. All right? Now, the other thing I need to do is introduce Ron Bate. Is that correct? Okay. I'm doing pretty good right now, right? Okay. Am I good? And my time? How's my time? We're good. And now, the other thing is that I think we met Ron Bates. How long ago was that, Ron? How long ago was that? It was our kids were at Crawford Street, and we were trying to get another building. Thank goodness we didn't get that building. Right? That's a blessing. And you were very good. You were very diplomatic about it. Said, you know, you could get that, but we have other things. All right? And he was with us. And Ron Bates is very special. He's a good businessman. Make no mistake, but he has a very good heart. Okay, he does. Not only did we get a building, but we have Kids in Business has a store. Okay? And it's a very special, it's a little store. And we have a wonderful bank, a partner in Providence Savings Bank. It's our neighbor. Our neighbor. Can you handle it? Our neighbor. I think that's the greatest story that's ever going to be told. All right? But I would like to introduce Ron Bates right now. Okay.
The minute I walked into their school, it was unbelievable what was going on here, an oasis in education. And I was introduced later to a few other good schools in this town, all doing great work. But this school is the example. The performance of the students here, the work that goes on here day in, day out, it's just simply amazing and simply unique. And it's that energy that you exude here every day that is the energy that we sought to build Teachers Village around. It's a tribute to the work that you do here, that we're sitting inside this new school, having your first annual opening here. Congratulations. We wouldn't be here, though, without Bob.
That's true.
Because while I'm good-natured, I also have fiduciary duties to my partners. And this was a complex project. We had numerous participants on the tenant side and the commercial side, but also on the financing side. And it was integral that we had Bob translating Barbara's vision into a model that economically worked on the development side and on the financing side. And Bob, it's a tribute to your depth in practice, your understanding of the law and the complexities of the finance, but more importantly and moreover, your ability to be a good counselor for this school. And for that, you truly deserve this honor. And Bob, it was a pleasure to work with you, and we would not be here if it wasn't for you. Thank you very much.
Okay, Leah Harris, as I failed to mention before, is actually a star of Broadway. If any of you have gone to see The Lion King, you would have seen Leah Harris on stage. And at this point, will call Leah Harris back up to the stage to give a special treat to Bob and the rest of you.
From the day we arrived on this planet and blinking, step into the sun, there is more to see than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. There is far too much to take in here, more to find than can ever be found. But the sun rolling high through the sapphire sky keeps great and small on the endless ground. It's the circle of life, and it rules
also enjoyed working in the city of Newark. I've known Newark all my life. As a kid growing up in Perth Amboy, we'd come to Newark, we'd go to Haynes or Orbach's or S. Klein on the Square, we'd go to what was then the Mosque Theater, now Symphony Hall, and it was a vibrant city. And it's having a renaissance, and it's challenging but also rewarding to be involved in the renaissance of Newark. And this is a piece of it. Ron had to leave, but I have to acknowledge Ron as an absolute visionary for this project. It is game-changing, the school is game-changing, but this project is going to have a tremendous impact on the city of Newark, and that's a great thing. And putting this deal together with Ron was a pleasure and a great achievement and very rewarding. As I said, I've known Newark all my life. Just a funny story. I remember watching the military park garage being built in the late 50s, early 60s. And my firm was in Newark from 1914 to 1968. There was military park for the last 30 or 40 years. And two of my favorite partners are Bob Greenbaum and Arthur Greenbaum, Weequahic High School graduates. They lived in Essex County, and one day Arthur Greenbaum, who couldn't be here tonight because he'll be 89 in April, he comes in 4 days a week. But Arthur drove into the city of Newark from one of the Oranges. He picked up Paul Rowe. He picked up Bob Greenbaum. And at the end of the day, he said to Paul and Bob, I have to have 10 more minutes to get a job done. So you guys take my keys. The car was parked in the military park garage. He said, take my car, meet me at the exit ramp. So Arthur goes to the exit ramp. He says, these guys are smart, but maybe they forgot. I said, meet him at the exit ramp. So he went to the third floor where the car was parked. It wasn't there. He went to the second floor, the first floor, the second floor, the third floor. Anyway, those two guys drove home, left Arthur to take the bus home. So I have unique ties to Newark, and Arthur and I are very close, and I'm sorry he couldn't be here, but we know about Arthur Greenbaum a little bit now. I went to Rutgers Law School, as Debbie mentioned, started 40 years ago, which is frightening to believe. Graduated in 77. I've had contact with Newark since. Most recently, I worked with Brick City Development Corporation on the creation of a funding mechanism to support the first tourist bureau for the city of Newark, a special improvement district in the South Ward, and some other related redevelopment matters. I just want to acknowledge a few people. Debbie Goodman and Lisa Drazen, they probably really should be up here because what they do for this school is just extraordinary. And I think it's apparent how devoted they are and what an impact they have. I want to thank Bob Goodman for bringing me into this. It's very much appreciated. I want to thank my partners, Ray Brown, Rob Beckelman, or Bob Beckelman today. Do you know Steve Santola?
No, never heard of him.
And I also want to acknowledge my friend and client George Fiore and his wife Phyllis. My wife, who's made my life glorious for the last 18 years, 6 months and 3 days. Our first date was August 7th, 1995. So February 7th was 18 months, 18 years and 6 months. So 3 more days. I'm her fiancé, Matt, Amy, and Jeff, her boyfriend. And I want to thank Culinariana for phenomenal cuisine. And thank you all for coming. Keep Discovery School in mind because it is a great place, it's a great institution, and it's having an impact on the world. And thank you all for coming. Thank you for your time.